Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my friends. I wanted to have a quick conversation with you guys. Uh, I've been going back over some of my older videos and some of the creation series stuff that I've done, and I wanted to kind of talk about the difference between a storyteller and a writer. Okay, because there is a difference, and I am trained as a writer. I have a degree in English, but there is a real difference between a writer. I think C.S. Lewis put it best when he said, "For in colorman, storytelling, whether the stories are true or made up, is a thing you're taught, just as English boys and girls are taught essay writing. The difference is that people want to hear the stories, whereas I never heard of anybody wanting to read essays." So if you think about it, an essay is more of an intellectual tool for rhetoric. It leads into speech writing, etc., etc. Storytelling is a way to convey an idea in an entertaining way. So whereas an essay to me is a way of conveying an intellectual idea for study, as storytelling is a way to convey ideas through emotion. So there is a difference there. And the best way to tell if something you're reading is a writer writing it or if it's a storyteller is that a storyteller can tell his stories verbally. They don't need to write them down. We don't need to write these things down. Rowling, Stephen King, the great contemporary novelists of our time are storytellers. They're not really writers. That's why if you read something like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of narration, a lot of they did this and they did that, whereas you read a contemporary novel, it's very, very fast paced in comparison because you don't have so much exposition. You have dialogue and action words, and that's all we have. And that's just the way good storytelling has evolved because of the advent of television and what we produce now in movies and television shows. Our brains are all basically, we all are suffering from low-level ADD because I think 90% of America now has grown up with a television, and that statistic grows every day. So let me give you an example. I can write an essay on the virtues of good English and mechanics of language arts. But that would be an informational input to your target audience. You'd have to explain jargon as you went, things like that. So I could write all that down. But a storyteller can, let me take one of my favorite scenes from one of my favorite things. I'm going to try and do this. I don't know how well I'll do. I'm not a voice actor, as you can tell by if you've ever listened to some of my story videos. But let me try this. Okay, so I looked down and gripped the saber that once belonged to my father in my mechanical hand. The robotics were precise, and I could feel almost as if it was a real hand. And then I thought back to my mentor, my father's mentor, the one adult who seemed to understand me and taught me so much in so little of a time. He said, "He's more machine now than man." I could feel it. I could feel the hate in the room, the anger, the despair, the tools of the Sith. I looked down at my own hand and I realized I didn't have to give in to that. I didn't have to fall into the trap of the Sith. So so now I'm embarrassed, but that portrays and I think we all know what scene that is, but that portrays an emotion, a linkage through psychology with your target audience that a storyteller either has or doesn't have. That's why the old adage, those who can do and those who can't teach. The only caveat to that is a lot of people who do teach before they do, or teach as they're going through the process, because writing and getting to a point where you're writing consistently professionally, whereas you've made a buck, is something that takes a very, very long time. It may never materialize. And there are great writers out there who probably have never submitted anything they've ever written. So just think about that. Think about what kind of writing we're talking about, and the way emotion drives a story for a true storyteller. So I thank you for listening. I've had a great bump in subs and viewing hours, so I really appreciate all that. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And share this video. That's how everybody here on YouTube gets their particular thing viewed. So I would really appreciate that. Remember, your story is the most important thing, and just make it a great one. Have a good night. Hey, this is StoryMan-Jack. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody who tunes in, and look forward to seeing you next time. Please, if you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you're the creator and writer of your own story. Make it a great one. Thank you.